Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
What's up, guys? What's up? AW Air Warrior, what's up, guys? Hope you're all having a good Monday afternoon. Yeah, hey, Vortex, buddy. Vortex, I hope you're all doing well. Okay? Invitations going out. I made a mistake last week. I said last week's episode was 60. Actually, today's episode is actually 60. Yeah, do your homework. No, stay on the stream. But I forgot something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I know I started a little bit later than usual. It's because of dinner, but I'm here now. Invitations are going out. And we're going to talk about wrestling, the weekly review of wrestling, and the latest news of wrestling from last week, and whatever pops up this week. So we got a lot of big stuff happening in the world of wrestling. Well, thank you all for leaving a like. Make sure to share, like, share, subscribe, do all that shit. Typical stuff. Please. Please. I wonder something. You see what the description has below. Okay. A lot of stuff to talk about. And I got okay. I got DL here. Hey DL, what's up?
What's happening?
Talk again, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
All right.
great.
Thank you for joining me. I made a mistake last week. Yes, I said last week was episode 60. Actually, last week was 59. This is 60.
Okay, whatever. 59, 60. Who cares?
I just noticed a couple days ago. I'm like, oh, because I checked my playlist. I'm like, whoops, I made a mistake. Because there was a good episode we did a couple weeks back that I actually deleted. You know, on StreamYard you could delete the recording and the broadcast, right? On StreamYard, right? If you want to, right? I deleted the broadcast, not the recording part. So everything got deleted. So that includes YouTube, the stream on YouTube. And it was actually a good stream. And I think Tony was on that stream. I think. I wonder if Tony's going to pop in today. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see if Tony's. So, how's your week? You're muted. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. but yeah, like not much going on with me. Pretty much the highlight of my week was Shazam 2, and pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty the same here. It's a good
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
but it's just sad hearing it's not doing well
yes, it's very
financially.
disappointing.
Yeah, it's yeah. So let's get to talk wrestling. So we'll talk about thumbnail, the hug, the end of SmackDown. We finally see Kevin Owens. Yeah,
Yes,
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the two, best friends, bitter enemies. Friends sometimes, enemies another time, but they're always like family, right?
yep,
It's like a family. You either hate each other, then you like each other, then you hate each other. You fight. In the wrestling world, it's exaggerated to a point where you beat the shit out of each other, right? You do despicable things, but in the end, it's kind of like family. You make up. So we finally saw this on SmackDown. It was all leading towards. Obviously, we knew this was going to happen at some point, but right. I like how they did it here. I mean, Cody Rhodes. I kind of like how Cody Rhodes got involved in this. To me, it's kind of like all three of them need to join forces to help take down the Bloodline, right? And Cody needs them to be on the same page, right? Cody cannot take down the Bloodline all by himself, even though he really cares about owning the title himself. But let's be honest, the Bloodline would do anything to protect the title that's around Roman Reigns. So he knows he has to align himself with these two guys, make sure they're on the same page. So when they take on the Bloodline in the coming weeks and into the matches, they have help, they have backup. And I like how Cody Rhodes is kind of mediator, right? Was kind of the guy like in the opening segment was the one who says, "Come on, guys, try to get them to be, make up, be friends again," because obviously. And then I like I like the ending when he's watching on the monitor. He's like a happy father.
man. Whenever they like just cut to the backstage of them watching it, they just have to overexpress them like
Yeah,
reacting to stuff. I'm like, I mean, it's cheesy, but it was fine. It was endearing at least. Like, yeah, we did it, man. We did it. Oh boy. But yeah, honestly, I didn't even expect for them to reunite on SmackDown. I thought that they were going to push it for another week. But like I'm glad it happened that night. I was very happy. I'm glad to see these two back again. They're destined to do this forever, man. Like
yeah,
these two dynamic duo.
yeah. These two are probably get like a feud in the next 2 years or something. They have a match
Yeah,
against each other.
don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
It's like,
Yep.
it's like it's like Undertaker and Kane. Undertaker and Kane, they're either against each other or they're with each other. Like Undertaker and Kane, at the beginning, they're against each other. Then they join forces and they're against each other. They join forces. They always because they're family. They're always. It's
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, well, we'll see what happens with Money in the Bank. Are they going to be against each other then? Are they both going to be in there, or we'll see.
Oh yeah. Well, with the tag team champions, would they do that? Where
That's
they
the question.
yeah, yeah. I did like it. I did like the segment. They're on Walt's knife. They're probably gonna make the notion to the Usos that we plan to take your titles at WrestleMania, which I like. To me, if that match should main event night one
And
because
that's the
I think
debate, isn't it?
yeah.
Like either Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens main event night one, or Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
Okay, I know the past few years we had women main event, right? One of the nights of WrestleMania, right? Right. But the
Yeah,
thing is, none of them. If you want the women match to main event WrestleMania, the best build one is actually the Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control. That's actually the best build one. Charlotte and Rhea's like what? And and Asuka and Bianca like come on, when is she gonna finally spit and Bianca you really would think about it, it's the Becky and Bailey one that should be the main event, but to me it should be the Bloodline. Bloodline should main event both nights.
they should. Though going back to like it's driven to politics. Like they're probably doing it because one, Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble. They wanted to, they want the people that won the Rumble to be the final ones, the final main event of WrestleMania. They want the women to have their main event on a night, to make it equality. The guys main event night 2, the women main event night 1. So and also because Charlotte needs to be given everything on a silver platter all the time.
And she hasn't. Did she main event Wanda? What was last year's main event? It was Roman and Brock.
She made the last time they main evented was I think 35 or 36, that triple threat with Becky and Ronda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's we got a pair of women match. Because no. Put the best build match on each night. Obviously Roman has to main event, like no question about it. Has to main event, and it has to be night 2 for him.
Yeah.
And for some reason, night 1 usually tends to be the better show for some reason.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping how they're gonna split this up. I hope that I hope Triple H will put in more effort to make both nights equally as interesting. How they split things up. But
yeah, like last year's WrestleMania was really good, especially night 1. I mean, Austin and Owens. I mean, you can't top that. That was. I mean, it wasn't really a main event because it wasn't really a match at first, but
it was like an improv thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which you don't really do at pay-per-views, right? But since it's Stone Cold, yeah, it's different, man. And that was great. And
that was great.
When it came back at night 2, it's those stunners that Biscuit Man took. But McAfee, man, the way he sold the stunner McAfee.
Yeah,
McAfee is great. Yeah.
It's a shame that he's going to be gone for a while,
Yeah.
Because they just announced that Wade Barrett's going to be the permanent commentator with Michael Cole for the foreseeable future because Pat McAfee is so busy.
I'll say this. Booker T is not a good commentator.
He's not, but I'm still kind of entertained by him because of the random stuff he does say.
What's that word say?
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah. What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. They literally make it his catchphrase now, which I'm like, okay, you know what? Bring back, sop me up with a biscuit. That
oh yeah,
killed me when he said that. Or Batista's down. Batista's down. Batista's down.
You should hear AE commentators. They have no chemistry with each other. They bosh everything all the time.
I know.
They have no chemistry.
I know. So it's weird. And then also, who's the guy that's commentating with Corey Graves?
Oh, Kevin Patrick?
He's so boring.
I know.
Kevin Patrick is so boring.
I mean, why did they take off Brian Saxton? I mean, Brian Saxton is not the most exciting guy, but at least he plays off of Corey Graves.
Yeah, he can play off of Corey Graves great. Yeah. But Patrick, it feels like he's not even. I mean, he is trying, but he doesn't have any charisma. He doesn't have any chemistry with Corey Graves. So I'm like, I don't understand that. But yeah, they should have brought.
Wade Barrett is great. Wade Barrett is great.
Surprisingly enough, I do really liked him. I liked him when he was on NXT also.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they promoted him. The one guy they should have promoted was the head announcer for Vic Joseph. I wonder why he's still doing NXT. They should have promoted him. They made a mistake with letting what's his name go? Tommy what's his name? Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. He was pretty solid.
Yeah. They should have kept him, but now they're thinking, is he Impact? I mean, I feel bad, but
Impact. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with him, but yeah. I don't know.
I like how for the pay-per-views they're not doing these branded comments. It's not like for Raw they're not going to do Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves for a Raw match, right? They're gonna do Michael Cole and Corey Graves because Michael Cole could basically play off with anybody. But you could tell there's some guys he plays off better. Like you could tell with McAfee there, Cole wasn't like boring, wasn't dry anymore. McAfee really brought out the energy with them. You can see that Barrett. Like Cole is a great commentator, but sometimes you do need that one guy who could bring out the passion. Because there's times where Cole doesn't look passionate.
Yeah. Especially when Vince was still there, like it feels like he's forcing him to say certain things. So I'm glad, like it feels like Triple H is giving him more freedom as far as commentary. But yeah, definitely he needs that he needs that support from like I guess a wrestler commentary or something like that to have him feel more energetic, or somebody like Pat McAfee that has a lot more energy for sure.
A lot of energy, a lot of charisma, like stuff like that. Yeah, like JR had Jerry the King Lawler, you know.
I like Jerry the King Lawler. I like doing the commentary.
It's just that the thing with Jerry the King Lawler, you could tell when they tried him a couple of times, it was passed them by. Same with JR or Jim Ross.
Yeah, it does feel like they're past their prime now.
Yeah, because AEW took Jim Ross off.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, he's getting a bit old. Like he's a little bit slower. So it's like we might need to give him a break.
But every time, like if you watch Botchamania, they always have those commentary botches from AEW. There's so many botches they make on commentary from AEW. The Botchamania always finds. They never find anything from WWE. Like Taz does a lot of botches.
Taz does botches, yeah. But once again, it's like it's a similar thing like with Corey Graves and Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. Like he has that charisma there at least to like keep it like entertaining, at least to hear them talk, even though he does mess up some things here and there. You know who my favorite commentator like in the past like 10 years was he was on SmackDown. And then they had him on NXT, and then he left. Yes, he was excellent.
Yeah. He was great.
Great. Man, I wish there was a way they could bring him back.
he was authentic, like the way he announced stuff. He was real.
Mm-hmm. And his voice was so distinct too. It's like you could tell, he had like that uniqueness when he was commentary. Like it was great. And he wasn't trying too hard either.
No.
So I wish they could bring him back. Like maybe this time, since he's been on NXT and SmackDown, they could have him be on Raw and replace Patrick. That would be
like Mamma Mia, something like that.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I just hate how some guys on the commentary like JBL made fun of him because he's bipolar.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah,
that was so uncalled for.
Yeah,
I mean, I get he's playing up the heel thing, but like it's that wasn't right to make fun of him like that. You don't.
No. And he's been battling that ever since for years and years. He talks about it daily, like a lot. JBL is a jerk. Like we all know this. He's an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. Absolutely.
A lot of wrestlers don't like him. And he's. Do you remember this? Do you hear about the story that who's a good commentator too, but I think he got screwed over Joey Styles? You know about that story?
No, I don't.
Okay, JBL was trying to intimidate him because JBL's rep backstage was he's a bully, this kind of stuff. He's trying to do it to Joey Styles. Apparently, Joey Styles punched him so hard, and JBL stopped trying to bully him.
Damn.
Put him in his place. Commentary guy punching a 6 foot something man, like ex-football player. It tells you something about bullies. Really, they're really chickens. They're really cowards.
Mm-hmm. Put him in his place real quick.
Yeah.
What a shame.
George Charles is a great ECW commentator, and he did solo.
Oh yeah. That's a rarity nowadays. Yeah.
And But yeah, this segment was great, and uh, I think they're gonna win. Obviously, at WrestleMania. We'll see what there is
Oh, bro.
tonight with Raw. But the whole thing with Sammy basically said, "I think you're jealous because you're not the one who got to do it, who got to hit Moment in the back with the chair at the Rumble." I love how that set off Uso.
Mhm.
That's
Yep. Calling back to the feud that he had with Roman.
the early days of
Early on.
the Tribal Chief. Yeah,
Yep.
like the
Yep.
beginning. Yeah, yeah, and but like it makes sense for him to. But what's Sosa Cole gonna do at WrestleMania? Just basically be
That's the thing. Like, man, it's a shame they couldn't figure out something to do with him. You know, because like, yeah, everyone else in the bloodline is going to be competing, but Solo.
he's he might be one of those guys. He might be one of those guys be like pulls the referee out or like referee gets knocked out, interferes into the ring. Tries to attack Cody or Sammy or whatever. Obviously there's gonna be shenanigans in those matches, right? It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go perfectly clean. It's like
No, it's not. No. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I haven't like thought about this before, but like if you wanted to give Solo like a match at WrestleMania, like he could have easily went against either Bray or Bobby or Omos or Brock Lesnar. Like I think he would have gotten a good match out of any of them.
I think it could. I think so because we don't know what's happening with Bray and Bobby Lashley. We don't know what's up with Bray. It's like because that match is not official. We don't know if it's gonna happen.
And
And
it's like Bray's fighting an illness. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
he's injured. I don't know.
sick, injured. There's so many stuff up with Bray. Apparently, the writer that came up with the Firefly Funhouse left early this year.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. That's a shame. I did. Yeah. Apparently, there has been like some creative differences behind the scenes for what we're hearing. So
Again,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't blame him because, like, for one thing, with Brock apparently rejecting the pitch that they had for a match with him at WrestleMania, and then like people aren't really hooked with whatever gimmick Bray's doing right now. Like he's been here for 6 months, and we still don't understand what his
one
gimmick
match.
is. One match.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
like
I don't know. Maybe
they
they're
don't-
just like.
they don't. They really don't. They haven't really fully explained who Uncle Howdy, how he relates to Bray. Like, what is Uncle Howdy to Bray? Like, what's his relationship? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he?
don't know.
Is he like who is he really? Like, tell us.
I don't know.
Tell us
Like,
who he is.
what is this? Like I said, were they trying to build the Wyatt Six? I don't know. I mean, I get like Triple H is a fan of long-term booking, but like this is taking way too long, just for you to tell us like what is the end goal here.
I know with the Fiend character, right? They don't make him wrestle like every single Raw or SmackDown or like a couple times a month because he's like a to the WWE. He's a special kind of attraction, right? Where maybe once a month or two times every pay-per-view or whatever, right? That's right. How you should. I mean, that's how you should see him as. But like, with the Undertaker, the thing is, they're trying to. People are saying, "Oh, this is their Monday Day Undertaker." No. With the Undertaker, it was really appealing for a little bit because the Undertaker character could have really, if he stayed a zombie-like character, he would be boring. But since he had to evolve, and Bray Wyatt I think is trying to find that because like in the '90s, Undertaker changed from the zombie-like Undertaker to that Taker where he talked, felt more alive, to Ministry of Darkness, to American Badass, to the old Undertaker, stuff like that. He had to evolve his character. Bray Wyatt, I feel like he was trying to do that, right? But he hasn't found the right role, right? Like he's struggling with it, and I hope he finds it. I hope he finds because we all thought we found it with the Fiend, like in 2019. But what really hurt him was putting that match with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. That's what hurt Seth too. And afterwards, right? What really kind of ruined his character too was Goldberg versus the Fiend for the title.
That should never have happened. That should never have even happened.
No.
That was so bad. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, like the Undertaker and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, like I'm not expecting Bray to wrestle every week or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even not even every pay-per-view, but it's like at least with the Undertaker going into the 2000s, like at least he established, his character. He found his niche when by the time he got to the Dead Man, and at least he had a presence, that you didn't forget that he was there. And even like in the modern day, he wrestled more than Bray Wyatt was doing. He wasn't wrestling every week, but at least he was there competing. He wasn't part timing. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, and another thing is, does Bray Wyatt really need to like reinvent himself this many times? Because his previous stuff worked really well. Just enhance it. You don't have to make a completely different thing. So I don't know, and it feels like what they're doing. It should be so simple. Like build another faction. I mean, you don't really need the Firefly Funhouse stuff, to be honest. Like, I mean, it was cool for what they were doing.
They really used that now, right? They really used the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah,
Even when it came back, they really used it.
Yeah, and it didn't really feel. It didn't feel organic. It felt like they just shoehorned that in there just because, like, I don't know. I feel like he could have like a mixture of like the Wyatt family Bray and like the fiend of the Firefly Funhouse. You can mix those two together and make another faction with that. That should be the direction that it should go into. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it's Bray's fault, if he's having too much creative control, or what. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a shame that he'll possibly miss WrestleMania, but like honestly, they're probably doing him a favor because like there's no hype with him right now. Like nobody's excited to see him against Bobby.
You know what? People were not talking about him in that LA Knight that feud, right? People were actually talking about LA Knight coming out of that more than Bray.
Yeah, LA Knight came out of that more over than Bray.
Yeah, and he lost.
He lost. He practically got squashed. But
pretty much.
But still, everyone walked out being like, "LA Knight is awesome."
Yeah, like LA Knight is huge as a heel because the crowd loves him. He's definitely over. He's gonna turn face eventually, and I don't know if he's gonna be world champion, but he's definitely gonna be like a huge baby face.
Yeah, I'm hoping from the rumors. I'm hoping they could figure out some way to put him into WrestleMania. They don't need to give him an official match, but give him at least a segment. I heard the rumors with Stone Cold. That would be awesome. I don't even need a match. Just have a promo between the two. That will be fire. And then they can have a brawl or something if they want to. But like, please don't have him miss WrestleMania. And you know what? He is my pick to win Money in the Bank. He needs to win Money in the Bank more than anybody else.
I think they need to. That's not a bad pick. I think that's a good pick right there. Definitely, because how over he is. Yeah. And I think if he does cash it and successfully cashes in, I think you'll get he won't get booed. I don't think he'll get booed. I think he'll get cheered.
Honestly, yeah, I think he'll get cheered.
Yeah.
He'll be like, well, not exactly like MJF, but it's like pretty much like he's supposed to be the heel, but it's like he's just so over that people love him. Like you can't really hate him.
Yeah. If MJF like doesn't want to be a babyface, even though. He tries everything, right? Tries everything to be a heel. And I love it. I mean, I was laughing so hard that segment at the beginning.
Dude, the Rebar Mitzvah, that promo was amazing. That segment was awesome. I loved it.
It was fun. It was so fun. He's walking with the woman to the ring, and he kissed that one woman.
Yeah, made out with her. Yeah.
He made out. like, I'm a man now.
And
It was
then
great. It was great.
yeah, with Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin, like, man, I didn't know that MJF was beat up that much. He took off his glasses and like his face was like purple, his eyes were like swollen. I'm like,
Oh
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
But
You know,
even then, yeah.
I like how some of MJF's jokes, his quips to Sammy Guevara backfired on him because he ran like, remember that line? It's like, "Oh, are you just gonna propose to another girl in 7 months?" And Sammy Guevara just goes back at him, says right back at him, "At least my fiance didn't leave me."
Oh yeah, that was great. That was so good.
Apparently, that was not planned, but I think it worked.
Oh, it
Apparently,
worked. Yes.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
And then
MJF, you
Darby,
usually good to like. I'm like I'm like MJF. You're usually good with that stuff, the insult stuff like that, and getting under people's skin. But you really should have thought about that one.
yeah, you really should have thought about that one. And then Darby throwing shots at him about complaining on Twitter about he's not happy, blah blah blah, and like possibly leaving the company or whatever. I like that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but if Darby got a good offer from WWE, he would leave the company too. Like they all would.
Most
Let's be honest.
most likely, you think even Darby, Jungle Boy, and Sammy would?
I
Because they
think
feel like
the thing
feels
is
like they're
that-
very loyal.
The thing at AEW, I think they'll be better off in AEW, those three for sure. Possibly getting a title on around them. And WWE, I don't see that. I think they're kind of.
Yeah,
I know there's
honestly.
some small wrestlers at WWE. I'm not making fun of small wrestlers, but there's a little bias towards them, and most three are mostly very small, and they might not. They at best they might be U.S. Not heavyweight championship material in WWE. Where on the other hand, MJF, if he goes to WWE, he's more likely to be a champion and a world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. The only people, MJF for sure, but it's like the only person I could think of the other three that could possibly reach world championship status is Jungle Boy. But even then, like that would be stretching it, because I could see them probably treating him as like another like Ultimate Warrior or something like that. Hopefully they don't. Because he has the jungle gimmick and it's a long hair and blah 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 blah. But hopefully they don't.
He's
do
gonna
that.
run to the ring and shake the
Yeah,
ropes.
he's gonna run through the ring. Yeah, put some face paint on him. Like,
Cut those promos that don't make sense.
yeah, I hope
Be like,
no,
Roman Reigns.
no, don't make Jack crazy. Like no. But Lily, that's probably what they'll see in him when they just take a good look at him. He's like, oh, he could be the next Ultimate Warrior. Look at him, he's the Jungle Boy. Yeah. But no.
I laugh so hard.
Yeah, and then they'll look at Darby Allin and be like, oh, he's just a discount Jeff Hardy.
I can see Sammy Guevara at WWE and be like, the locker room don't like him. He just gives you that vibe, like the people in the locker room just don't like him.
Yeah, I can see that him causing trouble for sure.
Yeah, because we know he's been this with AEW, and he's probably very well protected backstage, and
Yeah,
right, especially last year with all the stuff coming out for like the summer. The summer of wrestling in general was crazy, like especially with WWE and AEW, but like. Because we got the Vince stuff, the Sasha Banks stuff, and all that. But with AEW, you got all this backstage stuff coming out, right? With CM Punk, and the Sammy Guevara stuff, Sammy Guevara beef with Andrade. Right? Andrade wants to go back to WWE. He wants to be with Charlotte. It's no down my mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Now, I'm wondering, like, if he does come back, is he going to be a part of Legado del Fantasma, or is he going to do his own thing, or is he going to be with Charlotte, or like be like actually be like a little faction between the two? But I don't know. I don't know what they would do.
Yeah.
Because Zelina Vega's with Legado del Fantasma, so is Andrade going to feel some type of way about it? I don't know.
Phantasma with a random face change.
Yeah, they're baby faces now.
Yeah.
All right then. Interesting. Um, but yeah, so the only thing is like with that fatal four way with the AEW, because I'm pretty sure that's what they're setting up for Double or Nothing, which I'm totally for that. Like I'm excited for it. My only thing is that I'm pretty sure they're gonna have MJF hold the title for at least the rest of the year. So I'm wondering
Yeah, and
who's
MJF is
gonna
not
be.
losing there.
Yeah, he's not losing this year at least. But like then, if they're already gonna have these three against him at Double or Nothing, who else is he gonna fight after that?
Yeah, yeah. If they have him like Full Gear is the last pay per view of the years, right? If they have him lose the title at Full Gear, people are gonna expect, oh, he's leaving AEW,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
and yeah, especially like the rumors, which you could
Yeah.
take this with huge grain of salt about CM Punk coming back. I don't know if he's gonna come back, but like, yeah, that would probably lead to the rumors that like he got a deal with WWE. He got an offer that he couldn't refuse. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying like for by the, how is he going to hold over with opponents? You know, by the time we get to Full Gear, you know, like who's he going to go against? Is he going to Adam Cole?
It's gonna
Wardlow.
be those. I think it's gonna be four of those four guys. Probably some Japanese wrestler for Forbidden Door, maybe.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
And then all out, right? Like Adam Cole, maybe. Yeah, I feel like Adam Cole, because Adam Cole's gonna be a babyface. He came back as a face, right?
Yep.
And maybe Adam Cole definitely up there. I don't think Danielson. I think it's out of the picture. Danielson does. He said he doesn't really want the title. He does. He's so I think it's Adam Cole. I would build up Ricky Starks. I would start to build for Ricky Starks. I mean,
Rematch.
they are, but
Rematch.
yeah, I think Ricky Starks. I mean, Jericho helped Ricky Starks a lot, but giving him a win.
Yeah.
In WWE, you usually win. Somebody beats a legend like Jericho or like somebody like that. It usually means they're high on them, right?
Usually. Yeah.
So that's what I think they should do here.
Honestly,
Ricky Starks.
I don't know if I mean I love Ricky and I wanted to become world champion, but I think you need to like take your time with him.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause maybe he could start going after the TNT title and then maybe go to the world championship.
Oh yeah,
Because like Powerhouse Hobbs has the TNT title and Ricky
yeah,
Starks
history.
and Powerhouse Hobbs got a history. You know, with Team Taz and stuff like that. So maybe that's something he could do for the time being. But I don't think he's ready for a rematch with MJF yet.
Not yet. If there's other guys, Adam Cole, Ricky Starks. There's a lot of guys really in AEW you could think of. They just
Yeah, there's plenty of talent.
Wardlow. I mean, what have they done with Wardlow? Really, like what they were pushing him to the moon, and then
They just
the
freaking
moon fell.
buried him.
Yeah, yeah.
That made no sense at all. He just beat Samoa Joe, and then he got his shit stolen, and then
And we thought that was the people thought that was real. It turned out it was fake.
yeah, I thought it was real too. I'm like, damn, he has the worst luck, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's all. I guess that was part of the storyline. But even then, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you put the title on Wardlow only to have him lose to Hobbs the next Wednesday? Like, I don't know
That's
what they're
bad
doing with
booking.
Wardlow, man.
I have no problem Hobbs become TNT champion, but not at expense of Wardlow that quickly.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't at least like build a feud, like have
Yeah.
him have a couple of matches before you decide to have him lose it again. Like it just, I don't understand their logic here.
You know what they should have done? They should have Samoa Joe retain and have Hobbs be Samoa Joe. I know it's heel versus heel, but AEW tends to do that a lot. Like heel versus
Yeah,
heel,
they do
face
tend to
versus
do that.
like,
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I probably would prefer that, and then
yeah.
maybe Wardlow could have a feud with them, or he can go to MJF, because they have history too, like a
Mhm.
champ. So I don't know, man. I feel bad for Wardlow. I don't know what they're gonna do with him going forward. Like, how do you recover from that? you know?
Yeah, yeah. AEW makes mistakes, people. Like really. Just-
Yeah. Both WWE and AEW make mistakes.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially. What I did like I did like the ending of Dynamite with Hangman Page standing in the middle, standing in the ring, and behind them are the Elite. Teasing something. When they went to the credits, they went like this. You
Yeah,
know?
right. Yeah, right when they turn it. Yep. So are
Yeah.
they gonna reform the Elite again with them four?
Oh man, I would love to see the Elite versus the Blackpool
Combat
Combat
Club,
Club.
Blood and Guts, Blood and
Yeah,
Guts.
but they don't have 4 members, right? The Combat Club. They need one more, right?
Oh,
Is
you need
Brian
five
Danielson even still part of them? Because he's a face.
technically,
They're acting like heels.
technically, but um, Danielson teeters the line sometimes.
He
He's
does.
mostly a face, but he does some edgy stuff here and there.
If
So
if if they're heels, they should not come through the crowd. I'm sorry. I know
well,
AEW is different,
what
but
you
heels don't go through crowds.
except John Moxley.
Except John Mox. But he shouldn't if he's a heel, right? Like if you're a heel, you shouldn't go through a crowd, right? Because you're not there. You're not there. You don't care about the crowd.
Well, he goes through the crowd because people kept attacking him from behind when he went through the ramp. That's why he's going through the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was part of his. That's part of his character now, because like he kept getting attacked when he went through the ramp. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going through the
So,
crowd. Like we're not gonna have that again.
so now Hangman Page is gonna be conflicted. Should I go with the Elite or should I stay with the Dark Order? I'm like, go back to the Elite. The Dark Order is barely surviving, hanging on.
Yeah, and it's like apparently they're trying to reform it again. They brought back Stu Grayson, so
Yeah,
you're gonna try it again. But yeah, I'm sorry, Hangman joined the Order. It's not happening. It's not happening. Please stop
wow.
teasing it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, like
yeah,
Blood and Guts. Honestly, I'm okay with just the 4 versus 4 Blood and Guts. Like
yeah. Me
that's
too. War Games is like that,
yeah, and then
right?
like yeah, and it's like even if they tried, if they forced a 5-on-5, I don't know who would join the Blackpool Combat Club or the Elite to make it a full-on 5. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
If only they had Cody still there, maybe it could have been all 5
Oh,
Elite.
Adam Cole could join the Elite,
Oh,
but
Adam
he
Cole.
turned on the Elite.
That's true. So it would make sense. Um,
Yeah,
and then who
he's a
would join
face
the
too.
Black? Yeah, he's a baby face. I mean, the Elite and Hangman are baby faces technically.
Yeah,
Well, the Blackpool
yeah.
Combat Club is technically actually they're not really face anymore because they attacked faces the other night. But so I guess they're technically heel. But who would join the Blackpool Combat Club? Who would help them?
Some of the Fister style. I don't know. Mira, you gotta join them.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
really don't know.
it'd be complicated. Just keep it 4-on-4. We'll be fine. I
Yeah.
think people will still be hyped. If it was all 4 of them of the Elite and versus the Blackpool Combat Club, I think that'll be fine. Or another alternative they could do for Blood and Guts, which is not anywhere near exciting. The Outlaws versus 4 of the women, 3 of the women. I don't
Oh, the
know.
Outcast.
I mean, oh, I'm sorry, the Outcasts. I forget their name. The Outcasts. That's what I call them, the Outlaws. but
Versus
no.
Hater, Britt Baker, now Riho. Yeah, like I'm sorry, I can't take Riho seriously.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're too tiny, girl. You're too
Yeah,
tiny.
you're like a toothpick. Like
Yeah.
seriously, you could not. I'm like, I know people are going at Jim Cornette for like people are like really hating on Jim Cornette for blaming him for Real deleting your Twitter. But I know his like I don't like Jim Cornette either that much, but I understand his reason why. Criticism and like Rio looks like I know she's been wrestling for years, but she looks like a child, and she looks like she shouldn't beat anybody bigger. I mean, she shouldn't beat another Rose. There's nothing really. She's small, but there's nothing really to her. She's not exciting. There's like no character around her. It's like it's just Riho. There's
Yeah,
nothing to her.
Japanese female wrestler. That's
I know at least in WWE, the Japanese female wrestlers, at least they have character to them. Like Asuka, it's interesting because she has character to her, right? Io Sky. Well, even though Io Sky showed it more in NXT, and obviously, Kairi Sane has it. Usually, Japanese wrestlers have a lot of character to them. You know, women wrestlers, right? The Josie and stuff. They're very character, right? They're very character oriented. Riho, and you should know she kind of dresses that typical Japanese wrestling attire for women. There's nothing to her though. At least Shida has.
Yeah, Hikaru Shida has a little bit of something. Yeah.
Yeah, like Riho's nothing, and plus she's small. Like.
Yeah, and it's like that's really sad to say because like the women aren't like that huge, and you're still think Rio still looks small compared to everyone.
I mean, I don't. Can you imagine her versus Jade Cargill?
Oh no. Even though they'll probably make that like a they'll try to make that convincing, but like even then I'm like no, you're gonna get squashed.
No. I mean, they got Tyra Valkyrie's back, right? No, it's not back. She joined AEW. To confront Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill got pissed because Tyra Valkyrie used the glory bomb, whatever it's called, the finishing move, and I'm like, you know, she used that way before you, Jade. So if anybody has to be pissed about it, it should be her.
Exactly. Yep. Is she gonna be the one to dethrone Jade?
Probably not. But she might be the strongest one. Nyla Rose is big, but I think Tyra Valkyrie is a different cat than Nyla Rose. People know who she is, right? I think she got a wild deal in WWE. I think they could have done more with her, and they released her rather quickly. But she's very good. She's strong. She's a good character. She probably won't dethrone Jade Cargill, but
somebody needs to dethrone her. Like it's done, Jade. You went over 450 undefeated. Like I'm sorry, you're done. I mean, I like her now. She's so much better than when she debuted. But like, you're not doing much with your title reign right now.
No, and she's this is her first time on TV in a long time, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And she's 54 now? Like I didn't even know she was over 50. When did she get her 50th win?
I think a good amount of those were squash matches.
Here's the thing: the 50th win should not be a squash match.
Yeah, that was. Match. Well, I don't know if 50 was a squash match. I think that was an actual like legit opponent, but like,
okay.
The other four after that, like, I mean, probably a couple of them were squash matches.
Okay.
But
yeah, well, yeah. Make sure big milestone numbers are not on Dark or Elevation, obviously, right?
Oh, that's the thing. She keeps she keeps doing matches on Dark and Rampage. It's like, well, why aren't you defending the title on Dynamite? Come on now.
At least they're showing her wrestle on like the Goldberg manufactured streak.
That's true. that was ridiculous, but you know they're trying to protect them. But
yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, if Taya Valkyrie doesn't dethrone Jade, I don't know who will. I really don't.
Man, I hope it's Sasha Banks.
Unless Chris Statlander, please come back. But anyone else, I don't know, because she went through everybody. She went through everyone.
Who? If Sasha Banks is still the New Japan Women's Champion by Forbidden Door, And if Jamie Hayter is still champion, or is Jay Cargill still champion, who do you want to see her face? Because you got to get her for this Forbidden Door. I'm sorry, you got to.
That's true. I mean, for my black sisters, I want Mercedes versus Jade, but the better match will be Mercedes versus yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind they have to get her for Forbidden Door. If she's still champion by then. If she's still champion.
Yeah.
But that's a long way off. That's in June. That's in 3 months.
Yeah,
but,
a lot can happen.
Yeah.
But that'll be cool if they're able to get Mercedes. That will be lit for sure.
Yeah. Because people want to see her in AEW, but going to Japan was her dream, right? And she's living it right now. When she's done her dream, she'll probably sign with the company. She's not gonna like move to Japan. She's gonna be there for a little bit, right? And then she's gonna probably like go back to the States.
Yeah, she said she wants to go everywhere.
Yeah, go everywhere.
Which I'm totally for that, Like, even though I did want to see her come to AEW, but like build up your character, build up your resume, similar to what other wrestlers have done before they came back to WWE, like Drew McIntyre, stuff like that. They reinvented themselves. So I'm totally for that. Go test out different companies, and
She probably felt like WWE didn't see her worth as much as she once was. And
they did.
Yeah. Because man, she main evented the first night of WrestleMania like 2 or 3 years ago, right? She was.
Yes.
She had a lot of history. WWE first time for Hell in a Cell, Iron Woman match, first takeover in Brooklyn.
Takeover Brooklyn. That was the match that revolutionized the women's wrestling. Helped revolutionize women's wrestling.
They didn't see her value as that, right? Apparently, that's probably one of the reasons she left, and also the money. Where Charlotte, Charlotte's done a lot of first two with Sasha Banks. Ironically, a lot of her first were with Sasha Banks. And Bayley, I say she has more successful career than Bayley, really, if you on the main roster, until Bayley turned heel. And Becky Lynch didn't become really popular, didn't become big until Summerslam 2018, where she decked Charlotte. And then the punch from Nia Jax, the infamous punch.
Yep.
But Sasha Banks was so popular, man. She was in The Mandalorian. She was on Hot Ones, and she did all this stuff. And WWE didn't see her as value.
Yeah, as far as like which of the horsewomen is like the most popular right now, it's Sasha. It's.
I'll say Sasha, definitely Sasha and Becky. They're two of the most popular, right? Right? Because you.
Yeah. But even like Becky, I don't think she's broken into the mainstream as much as Sasha, though. As you said, like she's getting roles and stuff like that.
Well, she has to leave New Japan. To me, if Sasha Banks wants to continue that mainstream stuff, leave New Japan, because they can tell you they don't know about New Japan stuff.
That's true.
I mean, they do about AEW, because AEW is a Warner Brothers television, Warner Brothers. So that you might be able to get away with going on AEW compared to New Japan. New Japan shows, TV shows, movies, maybe. But now with if she wants to break into like Hollywood kind of stuff, like AEW is fine, right? Because they promote Shazam. Their whole thing on Dynamite was promoting Shazam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did Warner Brothers put other their promotional budget into AEW Dynamite for Shazam there?
Dude, they want people to see this movie. They are desperate. They want people to see this movie. And I say you guys should go see this movie. We both tell you should go see this movie because it's good. But
I top lined it all the time.
But yeah, man, like they're like when I saw that on Dynamite, I'm like, oh man, they're really afraid that people aren't going to see it. Like they're trying to push it as hard as they can. But but yeah, but I feel like whenever if Sasha decides to go back to WWE, I feel like her credibility will be undeniable at that point. They
Mhm.
have to push her harder. Um, and honestly, I think Bianca's like creeping up there too as far as popularity too. Um,
Yes, yes, Bianca for sure. It's
Pretty much Bianca is what Jade Cargill
ironically
should be. Huh?
Wanda gone down. Like Wanda was not
Ronda's
as
significantly down. Nobody cares. Nobody talks about her. Nobody misses her.
no, nobody gives a damn about.
No. So I have a feeling, because now they're trying to do fatal 4-way women's tag team match at WrestleMania for some reason. Same thing with the men. I don't know why they're forcing that in there, but I have a feeling they're gonna try and get Ronda and
Shayna.
Shayna in that match if she's cleared to wrestle. But
Yeah.
that just came out of nowhere too. It's like,
What's
oh, we're
the
gonna have
point of that?
qualifying matches. Yeah.
Does that match get you a title match?
If they're gonna have this match, it better be at least a number one contenders
Yeah.
match. Like, don't just have it for a novelty. Like,
They're doing the same with the men.
yeah, same thing with the men. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, they better get a title shot after that. Like, there's like no reason these matches should be happening. You already the card is already stacked as it is. Like, was it going to be pre-show matches? Like,
Fuck. Don't do pre-show matches, please.
you know they got to do them pre-show matches, man.
Yeah. And WrestleMania is like 2-hour pre-show, right?
Yeah, because like, don't they start at like 5 or 6?
Yeah. Yeah. For the big pay-per-views, I think it's like 2 hours. I think SummerSlam and WrestleMania is like 2-hour pre-shows.
Oh yeah, if they do that again, best believe they probably will be on the
Yeah.
pre-show.
Man, just put the Andre Brown oil in it, or the in the.
I don't want to see that crap again. Nobody wants to see that crap.
It doesn't
win
get you. Oh, it doesn't get you anywhere, right? It doesn't build you. I mean, you don't get. It doesn't
Yeah,
help
it
anybody's
does
career.
nothing.
Yeah.
No, it does. They just win this stupid looking trophy, and that's it. They don't get no title shot. They don't get nothing. Like, that's the thing. If you're gonna have these matches, make them mean something, you know. But
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
hopefully they do that with the King and the Queen of the Ring thing that they're doing. Yeah, King and Queen of the Ring. That's gonna be a long ass show.
In another country.
Yep, in Saudi Arabia again.
Yeah.
But yeah, see how that goes.
People wanted King of the Ring to come back, but just to do it that
yeah,
way.
I wanted King of the Ring to come back, but this way?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's going to sound sexist, huh?
And please, when you do Queen of the Ring, put in like actual people that want to see in the Queen of the Ring, because when they did it last time, it was Zelina Vega versus Doudrop. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see that. I want to see like Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, or if you want to build up somebody who you think could be eventually champion, somebody like who I'm thinking Raquel Rodriguez, for example, somebody like that. Don't put in people like Zelina or like Shotzi or
Nikki Cross.
Or Nikki Cross, yeah, like no.
Honestly, if they're trying to like force the King and the Queen of the Ring in that pay-per-view, I have a feeling they're not gonna. I'm feeling that there won't be that many people in these tournaments so I'm sure they should be picky about who's going to be in the tournament for sure. Because
you know what they should do when the winner becomes King and the Queen. Please don't. The next few months, please don't talk in a British accent. Don't wear a crown. Just don't do that. You want the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, but just don't Just don't. You didn't do that back in the olden days. You didn't see Bret Hart do that when he won. You didn't see Owen Hart do that. You didn't see those guys do it. Just don't do that. Hey, Max. Thank you, Max. But please don't. Like, don't. You know how bad that is. King Booker, even though I don't think he was really king of the ring, but King Booker worked. But like, others, like, don't do that. Like King Corbin,
William
like,
Regal.
William
Regal. Yeah, William Regal kind of worked too.
Because it works for guys. Zelina Vega was like, it talks like a. No.
Yeah. I hate that they're trying to force a king gimmick on them for a few months after that. That's so stupid. And then I thought, Xavier Woods was going to go somewhere with that because I think he does.
He would make it fun. Xavier Woods is one,
but
and
that went nowhere. Yeah, buried it. That's such a
we're
shame.
Just ranting on this stupid idea that WWE is making, Max.
Yeah, we're talking about wrestling. I don't know if you even I don't know why you're tuning into a wrestling stream, but I don't know. Anyway,
you know, it's definitely goes to Xavier Woods' way, man.
Man, Xavier Woods, I think he deserves better, man. Like, because
he's solo right now, right? He's going solo. He's like,
now he is. Yeah, everyone's injured. But yeah, like Big E, they pushed him, and they pushed Kofi. Xavier needs something, man. Like,
they were forced to push Kofi. They had no intention of making Kofi champion.
But it worked out in their favor, right? Kofi Mania. People were happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they made Big E world champion too, which that went okay.
What do you hear about the whispers about Randy Orton? Oh, 2K23 is really good. I just got that. It's really, really good. I have video on this channel, like 2K23, 2 videos on this channel. But what do you think of Randy Orton possibly coming back? Now there's reports saying he's possibly coming back. Maybe if that's true, it looks like his back is doing better, and he could come back. And they people speculate that they're saying, and I think it's a good idea, even if he's not champion or not. Cody Rhodes would be perfect.
If Cody wins at WrestleMania, that is a perfect choice for him to come back to do that rivalry again. I am totally for it.
It's history, right? With Legacy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's never beaten Randy either. Never beat Randy.
No, they had a triple threat match at WrestleMania, like 2010 or 11, with Ted DiBiase Jr. And people didn't think they turned Randy Orton face at the time. They didn't think they were going to turn Randy Orton face. They thought they were going to turn either one of those two face, but they turned Randy face.
Yeah, that was unexpected. But let's be honest, like, nobody cared about Cody or Ted at that time. They cared about Randy. So
no. Well, Cody was going through a bunch of gimmicks at the time, right? Like dashing Cody Rhodes, there was the mask and all this other stuff.
That was right. Yeah, that was right before he started doing those stupid gimmicks. After that WrestleMania with the triple threat match, that's when he started to do those weird ass gimmicks.
I haven't watched much of the Young Rock show.
I haven't watched it yet either.
I should, as a wrestling fan and a Rock fan, I should.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it at some point. I mean, it's on Peacock, right?
I admit, I totally forgot about the Page biography last night.
Oh yeah, that. Okay.
I forgot about it.
Weird timing that they aired that, and she's in AEW right now.
Yeah.
Very weird timing, but okay. But yeah, totally. Like, with Randy Orton, I want to make sure that he's 100% good to go before he decides to come back. I want to make sure his back is good. I don't want them to prematurely bring him back. Because we don't really need him right now, but I do miss him a little bit. But yeah, when he does come back, the perfect feud he should do is with Cody if he wins at WrestleMania.
Which I hope he does.
I hope he does too. I have a feeling though, they want Roman to hit 1,000 days.
I know. You never bet against Roman, right? Like,
unfortunately.
Because wrestling, who's obviously going to win at times, right? Like it's pretty obvious in these
Yeah.
pay-per-view matches. You know who's going to win, right? Because you know what makes sense and stuff. But
Right.
and you always think when it goes on too long, he's going to lose finally. We're going to bet against this guy. Never Roman Reigns, man. Don't bet against Roman.
Mhm.
But
But
it'd be the perfect story for Cody to.
it would be, for his legacy and for people that saying that he's not ready, and
Yeah.
with him being champion, it will be fresh again. Like we won't have another part timer be the world champion.
I guarantee you, if he stayed in WWE, he would never be in this position.
Oh, not even close. Not even close.
This is all him. Like Drew McIntyre, right? Remember how Drew McIntyre was pushed right away to be the next big star? And then after a few years, he was a 3MB, and then he left, and he reestablished himself. That's Cody. He went to independent. Same with Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sure the same thing will happen with Sasha if she decides to come back.
Even though Sasha Banks already had kind of stardom, right? But
they did, but then they didn't treat her very well in her later
on. Yeah.
But
it's almost Raw. Wow, I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing. Andy Kaufman. If you know Andy Kaufman, he's that famous comedian that had, with some of the Jerry King Lawler. I heard you know about that famous story.
No.
Andy Kaufman. Oh, Andy Kaufman was a comedian who was on the show Taxi back in the 70s, 80s. That's Dan DeVito was in it. Christopher Lloyd was in it. But he also was he was a comedian. He also wrestled, right? He loved wrestling. He loved wrestling women, because he could beat them. So, Jerry King Lawler, old Memphis wrestling. Jerry King Lawler invited him to wrestling. Right?
Okay.
He invited him over, right? And you know what? Jerry King Lawler power drove him, and Kaufman was laying on the mattress, pretending to sell the injury, right? To sell as it's very like that, right? And they want to sell more stuff, right? And then David Letterman had a show in the 80s, right? It was very boring. They wanted to talk about their next match. They're going to have a second match, right? And Letterman wanted to talk about that, but Kaufman just called Jerry King Lawler before that happens. Like, we gotta make this interesting. We gotta make this fun. Get the people interested. And he's like, punch me on TV. Punch me live on TV. Yeah. On David Letterman. And so they do that, and he starts shit up on purpose, right? To make it like a storyline on TV. And Jerry King Lawler did punch him on TV. David Letterman had no idea.
Okay. All right.
Did you see the Jim Carrey movie? We played Andy Kaufman.
It's been a while.
Man on the Moon.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it.
It's based on that. But yeah, we're gonna have to end this 5 minutes to Raw. Go ahead and plug your stuff.
You can check out my channel. I am DL right there. I talk about movies and shows and everything in nerdy geek culture. Tomorrow on my channel, I'm gonna have an open spoiler discussion live stream on Shazam: Fury of the Gods. You're welcome to join on if you have time, Aaron. Have that, and then Transformers. We're talking about Transformers movies leading up to Rise of the Beast. We just did the animated movie and Transformers 2007, the Michael Bay Transformers movie. Going to see Dungeons and Dragons. I want to talk about that, and then John Wick and Super Mario Brothers. A lot of stuff down the pipeline. Wizarding World, Chamber Secrets, gonna have that up very soon. But yeah, if you want to hear my takes on things, check out my channel.
Thank you. So thank you all for watching and listening. This is AWO, everyone representing Lady SmackDown for Wrestling and Sports with DL here. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and we're out. And enjoy WoW, everybody.